so that, I don't know, I don't want people to have to put their names on them. And I don't want to make a lot of work for you guys. So I think what I would say is if the kids want to keep their letter for themselves, that they be responsible for taking a picture of it on their phone and that we get the letter. And I do want them to be anonymous. Because I do want to get a feel for how we've done and what we've missed or what misunderstandings we've created, or, you know, and I'll just tell you straight up, when I teach to teens, you know, it's probably half like this, you know, like this had meaning for me and it was helpful for me, half, a quarter kind of neutral and a quarter of like, why the hell did we do this anyway? So when they come back, just know that like that's probably, and even those kids who are saying, why did we bother, got something. So like don't, because this is a place where as teachers, we can take things super personally. And we also tend to hyper-focus on the critical reviews. Like you can have 99 kids who love you and then you read the one review of blah, 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 and it's like, we take that one to heart, so. And the other PE teacher wasn't there this week.
No, he's absent all day.
And
we
he-
had a lovely sub.
A lovely sub, is that a joke?
Oh yeah, he was really interesting. This German guy.
Oh, yeah,
Lovely
Borat.
and interesting.
I call him Borat. Like, he's like,
I think it's Mr. T, yeah, so Mr. B and the T, I don't know. But he would, the kids were like, and I'm like, what do you say? He would tell them, yeah, you just say, shut up, you know, just doing these weird things and saying, you know, and reading roll, no, but he couldn't say anybody's name, so that was a big disaster.
I love that. I tried to step in and take roll one period, and they're like, no, just let him do it.
Yeah. So that kind of took about 5 minutes at the time. And just, you know, saying these weird things to the kids. It was strange. He brought up Hitler in it. And I'm like, what? Anyway.
That must have been fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
And the kids, I turned my back to him, I'm looking at all the kids, they're like, I don't know. I don't know.
So you notice your response to that
Yeah,
word?
yeah. It was strange. But, yeah, I thought.
Okay, what other reports are there?
Oh, move.
I have to say, I taught at El Camino Hospital a couple of times where the lights were like this, but it's at night. And I was teaching, and so and it's in the basement, so there's no external light. And you're sitting, and like in those classes we usually sit for half an hour, and at some point the lights go out, and like the first time it's like kind of like uh-oh, and then you have your thoughts and you figure out, oh, they're motion sensitive and it's all okay. But then after the first class, right, they go out and it's like something happens where it just deepens the intensity, like it's kind of like being in a sensory deprivation chamber or something where it's like, and we knew it was coming, and so it was just like dropped down one more level into stillness and quietness. Okay, random stories. Anyways.
So I did the body scan this week since I didn't last time, and then I had, I was a little nervous because then I had them do a survey on kind of like, you know, where are we with mindfulness, how is it working for you and everything. And I was nervous because some of the kids, you know, it's a longer practice and you haven't been doing a whole bunch of them, and so thought, oh, maybe the survey's it's gonna skew the survey, right? But I was really pleased. So I had kind of said, these are some of the things we had covered so that they would remember when they were doing the survey. And they were ranking on a scale of 1 to 10 how useful have things been, and 1 was extremely useful and 10 was not. And the average was like in the 3s for all the kids. And so that was really exciting that, you know, the worst kid was like 7s, you know. And then I had them talk about, you know, well, what's a way you've applied mindfulness outside of our class? And like one kid, you know, a lot of it was, you know, breathing, remembering, you know, when I fail, life isn't over and all that kind of stuff. But one, his mom allowed a family member to use his car without permission, and they crashed it. And he said, well, I was incredibly upset. I put my energy towards solving the problem instead of dwelling on the outcome. So You know, so that was really.
Right, all it
exciting.
takes is one of those, so like when you guys go through your papers, one of those and it's a win.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've already won.
Well, it's exciting, again, gold star.
I was nervous about the survey. I'm like, oh, maybe it's going to be really bad, right?
That's great.
After all this self-reporting. And then I had actually asked a question, obviously not clearly, because I was asking, you know, what do we do in the last, you know, now that you've got college just in a few weeks, you know, we only have 7 weeks left together, what do you still need to work on? But they actually interpreted the question as like, what will you work on in college when you kind of deal with these stressors? And it was really neat. They actually had very concrete things about, you know, making sure I find someone that I can talk to, you know, making sure that I, you know, have an end of the day mindful meditation or minute, you know, so they actually, it was neat that they had concrete things that they could move forward with. So that was
Great.
exciting. Yeah.
If you're willing to share it, and you can decide if you're willing to share it just with me
Uh-huh.
or with me and when, I mean, and we will probably, I mean, just so everybody knows, and I don't know that we need to tell the kids this as long as we make sure that their
Yeah.
letters are anonymous, but I mean, we will, the team, whatever we decide that to be, we'll sit down and look at them, because I think we've done an awesome job, but I still think there's things to learn and improve and to tweak about how it's going. Like each of us individually and then more as a whole, so, and you can just make your choice about that.
So our evaluation in PE would be more the letters? Is that-
Yeah, I think that that's plenty. I mean, and if we want, we could talk about if we want to throw a scale in there, like how useful or not useful. But to me, the comments are much more revealing than a number.
We did something last year, I know I have it, some kind of, but it wasn't that, you know, it was paper,
Yeah.
because we didn't have time to.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
so there was like.
And a letter to themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I
And a
think
letter.
there is, like, I was thinking, oh, we could put it all like in a Survey Monkey or something, which might be good for us. But I think there's something about